things I needed to fix. Let's head into it.
I don't think I could do a noob free-for-all 3-hour game. Like, it might be hilarious, like, for the first, hour, but
Yeah,
I don't think I could do 2 more of it.
isn't that what they do on
hi, everyone.
Resonance's stream?
When does Viper stream, or he doesn't stream lately? He hasn't streamed in a while, but he does, like, pops up streaming here and there, honestly. I don't know, just...
Yeah, I think it's probably been months since he last streamed.
Yeah.
He's not been a regular stream for a very, very long time, and he's not even been playing for, the last month either, so...
Alright, so we've got Mega Random. It looks kind of a little bit like, joint islands.
Yeah, it's like islands with Highland-style crossing between the two of them.
Yeah.
And then, raft-style ice patches at the edge.
This is top analysis.
Reverse Scandinavia.
This is top analysis. So reverse Scandinavia with a bit of Highlands and a bit of islands thrown in. That's what you get. It actually looks, in all fairness though, fairly standardish resources. Except a little bit less gold than you normally see, just a little bit less.
Well,
a bit more stone.
I only see one gold pile on Viper's Island, whereas Tim has 3.
Wow, that's just a bit ridiculous.
That is full map packing, and Viper has a tiny little island, whereas Tim's got more room to spread his wings. And there was also extra stone on Tim's island as well. This is unfair, man. Viper is.
This is Tim. Just Tim with Mega Random, just lucks out big time, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
You're the finalist.
I don't know. Finalist. We'll say no more. Right.
I don't know what happened, so I'm just not saying anything. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to see those games. So
we got Vikings War as well. I wonder if that was Team Random.
Yeah, it was Team Random. I think it was Team Random.
On an island-style map, or somewhat island-style map.
Actually, really even fish spread, by the way. There's no actual spot where it's terrible for fish.
Except if Viper backdocks, perhaps.
Maybe, yeah.
But besides that, this map has really good fish. Its spacing of the fish is very, very hard to do a bad one.
Patched by HD, this seems. Even fish spreading.
What is that a feature of the Steam version?
Yeah, in HD they patched it so when it comes to fish, on the Forgotten and whatever, the fish is evenly spread out.
Oh, is it the Forgotten that does it? Right.
So you can never have a bad dock, but at the same time though, I felt you never have a good dock. There's no actual dock 4 fish together. It's
just
one or 2.
You made a dock. That's it.
Yeah, you made it. It's like Smartly. You pick the second worst dock sort of thing, and then you get 2 fish out of it.
Viper luring all deer. Tim doing the same. Pretty easy for both players to do.
Curious what they're going to do, this game. Was it the Conquest, or is it... Oh, it's Conquest, so no wonder victories are going to be...
Yeah, so it's not masses of mega random settings, and it is a Dark Age start. Viper building his first dock, and he builds it in a spot where it could... he doesn't know that the fish is awesome on this map. And that is a dock that could turn out to be quite bad, but as it happens, there are 2 deep fish just out of his line of sight right now, and he's going to put that dock up and be like, "Oh, jackpot!" But that could have turned out pretty badly.
Yeah, that could. This is Viper though. He has just that 6th sense, 7th sense. We're going to call it actually. He just knows where to put a dock.
Tim, meanwhile,
actually, it's a pretty decent dock.
one of the fish is actually basically touching the dock.
Yeah.
But Tim, meanwhile, got lucky as well. There's 1 deep fish just to the north of his dock, but there's literally nothing for miles apart from that 1 deep fish.
Oh, that's not a great dock, really. If you think about 1 fish, it's only 2. It's not a great mile or anything like that. So
I'm gonna assume that he thought it was more islands than this, and he almost certainly couldn't see that other island, even when his scout went near to the shore.
I don't blame him, really. It's
yeah. There's always that luck factor with these types of islands maps, because you never know where the extra islands are, if there are any. Or sometimes don't anyway, depending on if they were close enough for your scout to see across the channel.
I could actually on Tim's island now, so it's going to scout out the extra goal that Tim has and that he hasn't. So it's okay. Which will really help Viper out, because now he knows that what he's up against, so it basically means, in a way, that he's kind of on the clock, or sort of thing, where he has to get onto Tim's island to get the extra gold, or kills him so early enough it doesn't matter. Viper will know that now. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand. And for the people in the chat, just because it says that Voobly TV is live, but that doesn't mean the content is.
Alright, yeah. This is why I don't do Rex either, because they get that problem. Like, live! They're like, yes and no. We are live, but it's not a live game.
It makes live so easy though. You can control the speed, you can pause, there's nobody lagging and dropping and...
True, that is the beauty of a Wreck though, I will admit. The Viper looks like he's going to wall up the middle, which is fine, that's expected. Well, are they going to go for Grush? Yeah, I think Viper's going to go for a Grush.
Tim has actually got no food. Like he's spent a bunch of bills to the berries.
Oh,
power building a mill. He's got 350 food right now, and he hasn't clicked up.
Huh?
Like,
I think was it because his dock was later? I mean, a little bit.
Well, a little bit, but Viper's not gathered like 150 food from that fish. No way.
True.
I can't click on it to check.
Oh yeah, I hate this as well. When you're like playing a game as well, and trying to get to the fish. Yes.
Actually, he has like gathered about 150 now, but even so, like that, I'm not sure where the difference came from, to be honest. Like, we didn't actually check how standard the resources were in terms of like sheep and boars at the start. Did you see that they had like did they have 2 boars? But they all pushed deer though. I struggle to explain
they all pushed deer. I think there was like very little in terms of difference in the resources and like food or whatever, like that sort of thing, like land food. So I wonder what Tim's plan is now. He's 28 pop up.
He's moving to a Grush economy, 3 vills to gold, splitting the lumber camps. Like he's taken basically all those vills off food now, just leaving 2.
Well, the good thing is that because they're quite far away in terms of docks wise, it won't be much of an effect, I think. And you have a bigger economy when he does get up, like a much bigger economy.
Interestingly, both players with their scout on the other player's island. Tim is sealed in, but
oh my god! Look at Viper's rallying point. Oh, he scouts. Of course, he scouts at the dock. Yeah, of course, he has his own scanning around. I cannot do water map casting very well. I like to put that out there on the record.
No, it's fair enough because normally, like, if it was islands, you wouldn't have scouted the enemy player's dock with your scouts. So.
Well, I pointed out he was on his own islands, so you just scout everything. Of course. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. So yeah, he's going to harass the fish.
And lucky for Tim that Viper actually ran into Tim's TC earlier in the Dark Age now, because it's meant that Viper isn't going for that pick on the Vil, because otherwise Tim's extra dock building bill would have been gone then.
I think he's got his galleys in nearby though, like one's already getting there, so if he has to drop a dock down a little bit somewhere else. I think the scout's just going to make sure that where the Vil is, like if he's going to drop a dock down, then he's going to galley.
Yeah, and he's lured it now, hasn't he? Perfect.
Oh, he's going to get baited into the galley fire as well.
Well, Viper losing his scout somewhat unnecessarily. Fishing ships being chased away from Tim's docks.
Oh my god, the dupes from this villager! Oh, Tim microed that villager beautifully, by the way. Wow.
Viper's built 2 additional docks right hand side of his island. Not gonna do full Grush from the back of the island, but also locating better fish as well.
Look at where Tim's put this dock for the safer fish, by the way. Oh, he's put 2 back docks actually. Oh, okay. Because the first dock was a disaster for fish. The second one's a bit better. You see, it's just like one's got nothing around it, the other one's got 1 fish.
He's actually, whilst running his fishing ships back there, discovering where the perfect spots would have been now. Where all the fish is in the bottom right.
This entire bottom... Oh, wow, that bottom corner is disgusting, actually. Wow. It looks like Viper's on the hunt for that galley. He's going to spot the 2 back docks.
He's also going to save one of his villagers from dying to Tim's scout as well with the extra fire from the galley.
Oh, look at Viper as well. He's building a barracks. He's going to transition to something.
Yeah, Tim was aiming for the stone wall across the middle as well, but he's never had the chance to do that since Viper intercepted the villager with combination with scout and the galleys. And Tim has a good number of galleys inside that dock. Releases, they're going to have 4v2 trap now. Pick up a couple of fairly easy kills against Viper's ships. Viper's not microing either. Either his attention's elsewhere or he's resigning. those galleys to being lost, trying to pick off a fishing ship at the back. Actually, didn't Tim have 4 fishing ships before? Did he get one?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he got one. Yeah, he got one. Yeah, he had 4, definitely. Like Viper's guy just picked one up to the other one. Oh, looks like now Tim's gonna start stonewalling in the middle.
Yeah, regaining some of that water presence, enabling him to do that. He's had those foundations down for ages. And Tim's taking a military lead on the water. Don't know if Viper's cut production for a while. He's producing from all of his docks now.
But he had to build a barracks and an archery and now a blacksmith, so that's quite a lot of wood. Considering, even though yes, it's Vikings, so I guess it's sort of slowed down. Plus, he donated like 3 galleys to Tim, so try and balance things up a little bit. Problem for Tim though is that he has 2 docks at the back and 2 docks in the front. Makes it a little bit interesting because, like, how do you reinforce? Viper's not that much better. I mean, he's got 2 docks in the front and 1 in the back, but I feel like it's a little bit okay for Viper. A little bit.
Yeah, and Viper's really managing to add a lot of fishing ships behind all of this, whereas Tim was running his fish for such a long time and didn't exactly run them to the best spot in the world. Once he made that extra second back dock, then it wasn't terrible. And Viper's going to take a nice fight here because he's completely grouped up, and Tim has really got caught out here.
Going to lose maybe 3 here.
I always find that so annoying though when, like, in the Feudal Age and you get really close to the enemy galley, but then the angle of the fire still, even though it makes it almost impossible to miss, like just because of the angle of it, you're like, why is that not hitting? Could have got more kills there.
The berries. That's nice because it's going to force Viper to split the army up to deal with the ones on the side, which then should allow Tim to sort of wrap around and then go back for the fish again. Yeah, it looks like Viper's going to keep 3 back, but I'm not sure that's enough to stop any fish going down.
And Tim reacting pretty quickly there because he could have got caught in another trap of like 10 galleys versus 4.
Viper's got 4.
He's going to go for the fish now from the other side, so maybe 1 or 2 fish kills, and Viper's leaving the area. This is good sneaky play by Tim. Done a full lap of that island.
Why did he leave? I think that's a really bad decision there from Viper. Now he's going to lose, what, 2 fish, 3 fish?
Yeah, he's coming back, but even when he does, it's still 4v4 in the galleys, and Tim,
that investment
picking up a good number of kills on the fish there.
And now even on fish, and Viper invested into like what, 8 fishing ships, something like that. That was a bad mistake there from Viper. I don't understand why he sent those guys to the south.
It's like Tim. Okay, I was going to say he was slightly out microing Viper in that fight as well, though. But it's 2v2 there, and Viper popping out the reinforcement here. I was wondering if maybe Tim microed that fight and won it with a couple of galleys remaining. Then he could carry on killing the fish, but
he sent the fish back to bait Tim. Oh, does he pick it up? Oh
yeah.
My god, no.
That shouldn't have happened.
He's going to transport archers across now, which is what I'm finally starting to expect. But look at Tim, he's already got a barracks down the black.
And he's already got town watch as well.
I think he's starting to realise what's up.
Yeah, he hasn't seen the archery range or anything from Viper. Although those archers did go quite close to the shore on the left-hand side. Maybe he saw, I don't know.
I think he's probably realising that sort of like with the amount of like galleys that Viper has, and it's not like no effort's being put in by Viper to the water, but not as much as Viper would do. So it sort of tells you that something's not quite right.
There's not been a big difference in galleys between the 2 players, and Tim did better on the kill to death ratio. So
fair enough.
May or may not have been clued in, but yeah, I can see what you're saying. Archer's doing great work, but the issue is like if the islands had mirror resources, then right now Tim would be off gold permanently. But Tim could just go to that gold all the way in the south if he wanted to.
Oh yeah, you'd have to do that. That's just fine. I think Viper needs to land over with now, like next set of archers. Yes, and okay, that's what I was about to say. He needs to send like 5 ills over, or whatever, to start building inside Tim's base.
Yeah, 5 villages and another 5
I
archers.
would like for him to go all the way around to the extra gold, because if he can lock that gold off, then he can take that gold if he needs to. Like that's Like, that's Viper's objective right now, is take at least 1 gold off Tim, make it at least 2-2 on the gold front.
You know, he's probably already like house scouting down there to see if there's a mining camp there. Like house palisade farm scouting in the fog of war.
Oh, Tim is dropping a tower on his wood. Oh, okay.
It could be quite a good tower in a sense if, like, that right side of the forest wasn't open, if it was like walled to the shore, because it would force the archers like between the TC and the tower, so that they couldn't reach the bottom of the island.
Like Viper's going to dive down. I hope Viper will send, like, even though he's going to lose his archers anyway, at least he gets like, a couple of inches to see if he's on that gold. Oh, he's going to see it. Smart play, because he knows that the skirmish will pop out to take care of it. He's just going to leave, get damage as he can, and find those bills. And of course, he's got the galleys there. That's so cool. Then you'll probably get war galley and then just sit those galleys there as well. That's... Tailbarding armor, so it's going to be knights from Viper.
Yeah, 2 stables.
Well, it's because, of course, the skirmish will be coming out, so he just gets, like, the early chain barding armor with the knights. It should work out quite well. You're going to siege workshop on top left. Yeah, this is actually a really smart idea from Viper. It depends what Tim does next, if he goes for a monastery. On stone, market. He shouldn't send these archers up, because now Tim will see the siege workshop coming up.
Viper has done a market on him, but I'm interested to know what resource he's planning on selling.
Well, both players have got a market down. Yeah, that's true. What is he planning on?
Maybe selling stone, because there's a lot of stone on the island, but I haven't checked to see if he's on it just yet.
He's not mining stone either.
Yeah, he's not, is he?
He could still sell the stone if he wants to, but I don't see the need to at this point. You're not really like doing that sort of sell stone fast up Castle Age thing, so you're already in Castle Age for one thing.
Tim's selling wood and buying stone, presumably for a tower on that gold mine to the left, the bottom where he's lost. Good number of vills, and Knight's going to potentially take down 1 or 2 more as the vills flee, and they run right into the crossbows. Those are those 3 like nearly dead crossbows, aren't they? That would were they the 3 like nearly dead archers that went to the gold mine at the bottom?
Because the guys are protecting them.
Yeah, and they've looped all the way around to the top and made it all the way back under the tower again, just gloating.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, there we go. Now Viper's going to go to that gold. I would TC, like, screw it. I would TC that gold. I wouldn't bother with the mining camp. I would TC the gold. I know it sounds a little bit risky, but it saves the forward builds. You get the gold, and you can make gold on top of it. I think it's a much better idea than doing a mining camp. Personally.
Yeah, he's got enough of a hold on Tim's island to do it, hasn't he? As long as he keeps away from the water.
He's going to TC back at home. I think he's going to play a little bit safer, honestly. He's got the market to rely on for the stone to sell if he needs to.
Yeah.
But to me, it's still vulnerable, because again, with the war guys at +2, I think they can hit the most of that gold. But he's doing a lot of damage, actually, on Tim's base. Look at Tim now. 30 villagers. A lot of it being idle. I think he's kind of screwed.
Yeah, I think so too. This is
not on gold.
He's not really on anything. He's just bunching up.
Not on anything. You're absolutely right. Absolutely nothing. Like 3 farmers working.
Yeah, and right now he's like sent his entire population to the wood line just to make them work on something, but he's not gathering other resources.
Now he's building a monastery.
So it's going to be 100% of vills on wood, and sell wood for gold to make monks to defend.
That's the strat. That's the strat. He even sold stone, didn't he? Yeah, he sold some stone. Well, no, he bought stone.
He sold wood to buy stone for.
Yeah. I don't think that was a good idea, because if you think about it, like, Viper's already going knights. You got +2s, so a tower just will do nothing, because again with siege as well from Viper to take care of the tower. If he placed it anywhere like inside land, that was a smart idea. Should just maybe bought wood, something to get a monastery up a bit earlier. I don't know.
Mangonel coming out for Tim, but Vipers is just going away. And if Tim ventures too far away, then that knight is easily going to pick up the mangonel.
Where are the rest of Viper's forward builds? Oh my god, 2 of them just died. Like, well, one's dead, the other one's getting focused down by 2 spears. Look at them. Where were they
struggling to locate them.
Like,
I don't know.
At the south of Tim's net base.
Yeah, maybe he was just trying to sneak there. He could even, like, lame that gold a little bit as well.
He wants to make sure that mining camp's dead. There is no way that's going to stand up. Like, I know you've been trying to mine this. Viper gets, is Viper now turning back onto water, I wonder?
Yeah, he's redocking in the north.
Ballistics.
But it'll take him a long time to actually... I know he's got a good group of galleys behind the woodline. I hadn't spotted that loose group of galleys. And Tim's got to retreat from there again. But he's got to be careful because he may get trapped now by Tim before he gets a war galley.
I'm puzzled by this choice of Viper to go back on the water a little bit because, like, Tim can easily, like, Tim only needs wood and gold, and now he's got gold access back at least. So I find it a puzzling choice because, like, he's only got. Remember that gold's very low now. He's got.
Well, I think to some extent, like, Viper doesn't really have land access to Tim's base anymore. There is like a 1-tile gap to where the stables are, but he lost all his forward builds, doesn't really have army on Tim's side, so he's got to kind of, if he wants to attack Tim's base, he's got to go back on water, hasn't he, or sneak a transport.
Well, if he built a TC on that second goal, like I said, then he wouldn't have any problems. But
you know better than the Viper.
Well, look, okay, fine. Come on, I'll tell him straight. I'm like, look, Viper, second TC that point, and then you're good. No, I'm kidding.
You know what I find interesting though? The kill to death ratio is now even, despite the just sheer amount of death in Tim's base.
He's still on 1 TC by the way, Tim. Like, he's only getting a second one up now, which unfortunately he's going to try and mangonel down that house. Funny guy. Up there. I'm a bit surprised because I thought like that TC could have gone down. Like, you know what I mean? Like the mangonel hits like the structure and instantly gets destroyed.
What was it really close? Like,
well, I think it might have been. I don't know. I didn't see, but like I was very curious just then.
I've seen someone mangonel their own castle before. Big engagement with the neighbours in the north, but Viper's going to get a nice trap, and now this is going to wipe Tim off the water.
That's nice. That is beautiful.
And Viper with ballistics right now as well, and Tim can't even barely escape anyway because there's no room to fit past Viper's army, but even if he did, it'd take so much fire on the way out.
Yeah, he's trying to sort of fight his way out, which then just needs the other ones to catch up, and then he's just going to block him.
Yeah, he's going to lose probably every one of those ships almost. And Viper's even producing on the right as well to
add scraps.
A bigger base of fire as those galleys make their way out. And Tim is now 25 population behind, and with an economy, or without an economy, should I say?
No, he's 500 wood to the back now. Yeah. I think he's genuinely in a good position still. Like, it sounds absolutely crazy. I just still value those goals a lot more. Like, yes, they could be hit from the water, but if Tim's already mining quite a bit of stones, so I expect maybe castles like on these edges, then he's fine. And they've still got the market to rely on for both of them. So I genuinely still think that Tim's in an okay position. He's only like 7 builds behind.
But 2 of those 3 goals can be hit from the water. In fact, possibly even all 3 goals can be hit from the water. And Viper's just won the water. And Tim his economy is just in a ridiculous state right now.
I think that's a bit of an early G. Like, I still think that's a bit of an early GG, really. I mean, yeah, he's lost the water, but I still think he can come back on it. I think that's a bit of a weird decision. I can see why he may have resigned, but at the same time, I guess it's really easy from our viewpoint. We're like, oh my god, like, you know, he's only 7 builds behind, but I still think it was an okay position.
He has literally no resources in the bank, though.
True, but Viper was Viper on 2 TC? No, he's on 2 TC. Right, was Viper clicking up? Like,
no, he wasn't clicking up, but like but he had a lot of wood and gold. Like, I mean, this is stuff that Tim couldn't have known, other than just sort of sensing that Viper would have a bigger economy than him by now.
Yeah,
But
and maybe it's a score difference, and it's like, okay, this game's over, like sort of thing, just from that one big fight. It was still a good game though. I'm like well played by Viper. I did question. I'll be honest. I did question when he was like the War Galley thing, but I guess it paid off. So, no, everything that Viper did to me makes sense until like the 30-minute mark when we went back on water, and I was like,
no, I think it's what won him the game.
Yeah, it won in the game. Like that's for sure.
Because he'd lost his hold on Tim's base.
Yeah.
Because he didn't make that TC you were talking about.
Yeah, god damn it! Like that TC. But yeah, I could see though why it could be a little bit fragility though, like in terms of like if you lost like really badly on the land, then that's a whole TC like lost with everything on it. So, and he still hits from the water. Well, for those war galleys it went back onto. I was just very scared. That's all about the goal situation. That's the only reason why I was very like. If it was like a standard islands game, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, like Viper would win this easily. There you go.
Right, I'm going to load in Coven versus Nikov, which
nice.
I watched a game of these two the other day. It was fantastic. They played like a 35-minute feudal war before they went up.
Oh my god, that's insane. Yeah, but it's still really well played though. I mean, what's really incredible, by the way, is that we'd say. I'm not saying Viper more like a hiatus. I think for a small part,
yeah,
from AOC. I don't say like retired or anything or whatever. Or you quit AOC. It was more like a hiatus, like a break for a bit, and then he comes back. I think he's starting to come back a little bit now. I think.
Yeah.
But for that to play a mega random against Tim, who's just been like doing really well, I think generally on mega random and in general in some of the games.
Yeah, I mean he
was pretty impressive.
Like on one, I don't know if it was his first day back, like earlier this week or something, but I think he played Mahori, beat him 2-0, and then played MBL and beat him 2-1. And considering like how in shape MBL is, because he's like probably the most active 2K plus player out there, pretty much apart from like Nikov's come back and played a ton of games in the last week or two. But like MBL has been asserting himself as a top 1v1 player for a long time now, and he's plays so much that he's in really good shape. And then Viper comes back having not played for a month, and like on day one, like beating MBL 2-1 straight away. It's pretty impressive.
It's really impressive. I mean, of course, he might look back on the Rex and like maybe think from that, I was going to go, I made a couple mistakes here and there, but like, it's so disgusting how you can come back like that and play. He's like the Chris Pelham, like just like comes back.
That reference is going to make sense to like 3 people who are watching them on it.
Look. Okay, look. I don't know who Chris Pelham is, but just whatever.
Right.
You know who I'm talking about. So it's fine. That's all that matters. I don't care about the other 132 viewers. Love you, really.
All right, I'll be right back in 1 minute, and then we'll launch.